Hello, apprentices, and welcome back to the arena for the final video in the 200 series. If you have been watching along or playing along, we were the triumphant heroes in earning our first competitive Spark tier victory against our first opponent. I wish I'd recorded the next game because they paired me up against a mythic player with the constructed mono red deck. And I know I'm tossing a lot of terms at you, but suffice to say, that is not who they should be pairing new players up with. Regardless, we have battled through trials and tribulations, and we have made it to the end of our quest. We are 2 notches away from finishing the Spark tiers, and that's just one victory. So let's go and win that game. The really intense arena music has actually never felt more appropriate than right now. I'm really vibing with that. Okay, and we're properly against a Spark tier player. That's how they should be treating novices. And I like this hand. Sure, it's a little slow creature-wise. We only have the Blood Witch, which isn't the best creature. But we have removal, and we have the mana to cast our Phyrexian Arena, which is our serious card advantage engine, which will give us plenty of resources to see the game through. Moment of Triumph doesn't do a ton. Vengeful Blood Witch, as a creature, doesn't do a ton. Both of those things are true. However, the fact that it still is a creature I can pump with Moment of Triumph if needed. Moment of Craving can stop early aggression. And, great, I now have Phyrexian Arena down. I feel against a similar power level, or even a tier 2 above powered deck, we're in a great position. Again, there's so many levels to Magic. We are playing with the next step up from a starter deck, and if someone were to skip all the way to a highly tuned tournament-winning competitive deck, it might be a different story, but part of the benefits of getting to pick the formats you play in and of the ranking system is that the arena client tries to match you to people at a similar skill level and playing a similar deck as you. Similar tier of deck, I should say. So it's a very easy decision to use our -2/-2 on their 2-drop because it'll kill it. And if I can keep the board empty of small creatures, my Tribute to Hunger will, if they play a big creature, still kill it easily. Sure, this is a little weak if they play tokens, but I think the potential value of using Moment of Craving earlier and Tribute to Hunger later outweighed that. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess Moment of Craving would still have killed that. Regardless, let's kill it, get it out of the way, play our Sanctifier, and keep up Moment of Triumph. No need to use that just to get 2 extra damage in or gain 2 life. They're at 19, we're at 22. No one's life totals are that serious at this point, and I would much rather use this as a combat trick to kill a creature that it would otherwise have killed, or as a way to keep a creature alive that otherwise would be killed by a direct damage or black shrinking removal spell. Because if I can make this be worth a card, that's a lot better than just 2 extra damage to my opponent. Okay, I'm not sure why they're doing that. there was no real reason for them to cast Faker and Death at that time, and in fact, I think they should have kept it because I will be attacking into the Seer Slicer Goblin, and it would have been good for them. At this point, though, there's no reason for me not to play my Cat Collector, make them think that's all I wanted to do with my creatures, get that down for turn, and they block Hinterland and Sanctifier. Or we win. Look at that. That is a full Spark tier. We have made it out of the tutorial and into the proper rankings. Thank you for coming along this journey with me. Now that we are have full access to the client, I should say, you're gonna get all the updates on the cards that have been banned and the various formats. You're gonna learn about the most recent set at the time of whenever you are watching this video and completing the tutorial.
Congratulations on completing Spark Rank. You've done a great job coming into your own as a new Planeswalker.
And you're gonna get some nice words from Sparky. Of course, even though I titled last video The Hero Triumphant, there's a reason this one talks about the cycle continuing. Because now, there's a whole new tier, bronze tier, and after we make it through bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, all the way up to mythic, there are new formats available to us for us to play. We can now play standard or alchemy, and Sparky will still help walk you through things. I am surprised they don't give you access straight out. Obviously, again, you can come to the Codex and get more information on more ways to interact with the client. Surprisingly, they haven't made draft straight up available. Let's see if you're in the same boat as I. How are you going to get access to limited play?
This is your rank. After each victory, it'll improve. The competition can be fierce, but rewarding. You'll earn rewards based on your highest rank each season. The higher the rank, the better the rewards. You can check on your rank in the profile too.
I am surprised that they are preventing us from playing the other formats. I guess the cycle isn't quite there continuing yet. I guess I will pause here and finish this video off when I figure out the answer. Hello, apprentices. I'm back. Unfortunately, it turns out that the title of this video is a Cassandran truth directed towards myself, which can't happen that often. The cycle really does continue because after climbing all the way up through Spark Ranked, the way to unlock additional game modes is, as this quest unclearly tells us, is to rank up. What they mean here is not just raise the tier. So I won 3 matches, 3 games, and they got me from tier 4 to tier 3 in bronze, but to win 12 games, and that'll get you up to silver tier 4, and that will rank you up. Now, the things you have access to play this are standard and alchemy. You can use any of the decks you've unlocked. You can also crack packs and even grab the packs that are from your mailbox to maybe craft decks that are slightly better, slightly stronger than just the ones the game gives to you. But once you've reached silver rank in standard or alchemy, then you will unlock historic brawl, where you will play a couple of matches and receive some quick draft tokens, where you will then be able to do your first quick draft. And finally, after all that, you will have unlocked all the game modes. If that sounds like a chore to you, I agree. I'm not quite sure why the new player experience for Arena is laid out like that. That'll be a separate video. Apparently, some people don't have this problem, and some do. It's a little baffling, I have to be honest. Um, the other thing you can do, which again, why is everything so unclearly marked? This Nothing tells you that the way to unlock more game modes is to finish this quest rank up. I it doesn't have anything to do with starter deck duel. I also thought maybe it's the color masteries. If you don't want to do those, you don't need to, because I finished all the color masteries and it wasn't that. So it's frustrating. The other thing you can do, if you want to skip all that, is go to the gear in the top right, adjust options. Go to account in the bottom left and click unlock play modes. This will unlock all the play modes without having to go through all the hidden hoops that Arena otherwise sets you up for. You won't get the tokens for Quick Draft, but at least you'll be able to play the full breadth of Magic. Okay, the cycle continues, but apprentices, if you've made it this far, I think you deserve to graduate. Your learning doesn't end, but your time as an apprentice does. You are now an adept of the arena. I'll see you out there. Cheers.